from Coach, and then open it up for questions. Go ahead, Coach.
Well, obviously, disappointed we came up short in this one. I was proud of our girls. I thought we grew up a little bit, which I thought was big from bouncing back from a really disappointing game against Alabama. Obviously, the first half we did a much better job keeping them off the free throw line, and I thought that was key in the second half. We put them at the free throw line too much. We said this is a team that can score in bunches. They can score at the rim. They can score from the free throw line. They can score from the 3-point line. And we had to eliminate at least one of those. And so we said, we really wanted to eliminate those opportunities at the free throw line and get into those gaps and protect that paint. And I felt like if they shot 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 threes, we were still going to be okay, as long as we weren't giving up the free throw line too. And in the second half, they obviously got to the free throw line a lot. Very, very talented team. Mike's done a great job. Tough team to guard, but I thought our kids really competed. I've said this several times. I think we've got a lot of great pieces. I think we're still kind of learning each other a little bit. We weren't together this summer. We've been out a lot with COVID. It's going to take us a minute. We're behind. That's not an excuse. That's just reality. So I'm really looking forward to this week of practice and trying to get caught up on a few things and clean up some things.
Okay, it looks like our first question is going to be Natalie Jones, KMIZ. Go ahead, Natalie.
Coach, you were just talking about you guys are behind. You guys have had all these COVID breaks and all these things like that, and you managed to hold this experienced, ranked Arkansas team close. What do you think that says about your team at this point in the season?
Well, again, I think Mike's done a great job. He's got a great team. They're just really hard to guard. But yeah, I am proud of our kids. I know that Alabama loss we just felt like we took our foot off the gas pedal. And again, part of that's experience, part of that's still finding that voice out there on the court, finding that chemistry together. So I thought our bounce back was really big. Unfortunately, we couldn't practice on Friday because of NCAA rules and having to have a day off. And so we can't afford not to have practice right now, just because we've missed so many days. But so I thought our prep time, even though it was shorter, we were in practice on Saturday and then get half hour into it. And they said, we got to get to the airport because weather's coming in. And so we had to stop practice. And then we picked up practice when we got here. So that's a lot for the first time you have a road game. This is the first road game we've had all year. And so just new kids and kids that haven't traveled, I thought they handled it well. And again, I think we've got good pieces. It's just, with every day, whether it's practice or a game, we've got to continue to get better and evolve because I think there's some pretty talented kids on this team.
Colin O'Brien, Jeff City. Go ahead, Colin.
Hey, Robin, what was the snag your offense hit in the second quarter there? It looked like that was really when you tried to go inside against Asia's mismatch, and they seemed prepared for it pretty well.
Yeah, and we knew that was going to happen. Well, we thought it was. I shouldn't say we knew, but I felt like it would. I thought, we had to be really mindful of not just going in there and clogging it up, but to getting in some post touches just off dives and slip action. And then just to be mindful of that skip pass because they were going to help from that weak side. And so we didn't do a great job with that. Asia hasn't spent a lot of time in the post this year. But even with that being said, to be honest with you, we had some really good looks that didn't drop for us. I thought we had some good looks around the basket. I thought we had some good looks from the 3-point line. And, that was the message at halftime is, keep shooting your shot. Don't lose your confidence. Take it up strong. They're going to fall for you. And obviously shot the ball a lot better in the third and fourth quarter.
Kyle Pinnell, the man-eater, go ahead.
Yeah, Coach, what exactly did you see from your team in the second half that maybe you didn't see in the first? And what does it say about your players to be able to have the composure to stick in the game, especially in that fourth quarter where you're matching shots and just be able to stay in and make it a close game throughout the end of the game?
Yeah, we still had too many bad possessions that, if you want a chance against a team like this, you can't afford to have a mishap. You got to just match the intensity every single possession. And we had a couple defensive breakdowns. A couple times we didn't get back, and they push as well as anybody in the country after made baskets. It's amazing how quickly they get that ball up. But I thought our kids battled. It was a game of runs, and I thought we did a good job playing downhill too. I think we're pretty good going downhill. I think we got some quickness at at that point position. We played a little small ball and spread the court. And I thought, there were some good things that came from that and some areas that we can continue to go back to the drawing board and clean up, which again is to be expected. But, it's a hardworking group and it's a marathon, not a sprint. We got a lot of games left. SEC is really, really tough. By no means am I satisfied. I'm not a good loser. I hate to lose. They hate to lose, but we've got to control what we can control and just go back to the drawing board tomorrow.
Michael Howie, the man eater, go ahead.
Yeah, Coach, you mentioned the game of runs. Both teams had some pretty impressive runs of their own, especially in that first half. When you, go on your own, but then also give some up, what do you tell your team to try and calm them down or call timeout and get them settled and trying to score and prevent them from scoring?
Yeah, so again, I would just say we've got kids that haven't played for a while. Shug Dixon, it's been probably a year and a half. Mama, our freshman point guard, she's a freshman. LaDeja Williams, limited reps maybe over the last couple of years, and she sat for a year. And so, it's just getting that game experience again and understanding that it is going to be a game of runs and there's no time for deflation. You've got to, it's next play. It's got to be that next play mentality. And that last possession's over. And so I think that's just an experience thing. I think it's a maturity thing. We got to have a quicker bounce back. And there are a lot of possessions we did, but there's just enough in there that, we'll watch with our kids and try and improve on.
Chip Souza, I hope I said that right. Go ahead, Chip.
Yeah, Coach, 2 questions. You guys had pulled within 66-63. Looked like Arkansas was going to get a backcourt there on a pass that got away, and H came through and knocked that out of bounds to the back end. How big was that? And then number 2, you guys knowing you're not going to have a game on Thursday, did that affect your rotation any in this game, knowing that maybe you want to play players a little bit more, knowing you're going to have a rest coming up somewhat in the middle of the week?
That I thought that was a good hustle play by Asia. I don't know if she touched it or not. She obviously did. But I love the hustle. I love the energy. It would have been nice for that to be our possession, but obviously it wasn't. In regards to minutes played, no, I didn't. I went with the lineup that I thought was working well together. We got in a lot of foul trouble. That's the other thing. In that second quarter, we're in a lot of foul trouble, and I had some different kids out there. And but I did like the smaller ball that we went with in the second half. I thought our ability to spread the court a little bit, surround some of our drivers with shooters. We got a lot of kids that, have the ability to shoot the 3. And I thought there were some good things from it. Again, some things that were clanky. There's possessions we moved really well, and there's possessions that we got a little stagnant. And again, I think that just comes down to practice time and really getting used to each other.
Okay, last question today is going to be Colin O'Brien, Jeff City. Go ahead, Colin.
Yeah, Coach, I was going to ask sort of about the layoff as well. Are you going to try to schedule a game in between against a non-SEC opponent, or keep that open in case there's another cancellation around the league that the SEC will match you up with a league opponent?
I'll leave that to our administration. I know we've been putting some feelers out there. I'd love to get another game. I think our kids need to play right now. I think our kids need game experience. We looked a couple days ago, hadn't had any hits on it. Obviously, you never know. Everything's fluid. You never know with the SEC if something's going to pop up. So, yeah, we'll spend a little time on it maybe on Monday. And if nothing pops, then, so much goes into that too, and planning a game, getting your table crew tested, getting them ready, travel. A lot of moving parts, but we'll try and pick something up. I don't know if we'll have any luck with it. But again, just like everything this season, you got to stay fluid and you've got to control what you can control. I would love to get a game though.
Okay, that'll do it for tonight. Thank you very much.
Appreciate you guys.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Coach. Thank you.